O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and they're the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that, the two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. Gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you can get some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take up to $10,000 off a 2024 Acura during our 16th anniversary sale.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
There's a new sheriff in town at Toyota of Hollywood. Cash in your chips and get a great deal on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, $17,975. Giddy up to the bank and get 2.99% financing on our most popular models. So mosey on down to our western town at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Good morning, one and all. Hope you all are doing well. It is Friday. You've made it. It's the weekend. It's game 2. Panthers and Rangers. Can they do what Bam Adebayo can't do? Can they enforce their will on them tonight? That's what we're going to find out. Which is a beautiful thing. The great Sean Stanley, of course, is mastering the program. Appreciate all of you. Regular Friday, we got David Furones at 10:30. We got Manny Navarro at 11. We got the usual cast of characters for you. Can't say there's a ton going on in sports. Although Sean, a couple days ago, everybody was like talking about, Tua not reporting and, oh my God, is he holding out? And, because that's what they were focused in on. And I said, you got to focus on football things. When I brought on Furones, I said, you got to focus on football things like, Eric Ezukanma's back. That's a storyline that he's back from the neck injury. They didn't look for a big receiver in the offseason. We kept asking, hey, what's going on? We even said on this show, hey, maybe there's good news behind the scenes and they don't want to go anywhere. They got their guy. And have you noticed all 3 papers have got some Ezukanma articles now? Last couple of days, they actually wrote about real football instead of
clickbait shit. You know what I mean? So good to see them writing about actual football, which is good instead of it's you guys get suckered with the clickbait stuff. So they're going to keep writing the stuff that they can sucker you guys in with, doesn't matter what it is. Bitcoin is evil. And then they get a bunch of you idiots, suckered in by it. And so fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD. They love FUD because the average person falls for FUD. And that's the sad part about it. So, but it's nice to see that they're actually writing about football things instead of stuff that they're trying to just stir shit up to get some clicks and keep their bosses happy. You know what I'm saying? But good to see Eric Ezukama. And by the way, we will talk to David Furones because he wrote one of the articles on Eric Ezukama, which is good stuff. Joseph is number 1 in the chat board today. That's a new name. Looking forward to another Panthers victory. Cosa Nostra. We have an exciting, explosive, young, hungry, promising team. The best in years. The best ever. If you're talking about the Panthers, this is their best ever. It's not even close. Jamie Zoria out in San Jose, reminding everybody to smash the hell out of that like button. Let's go. Captain Saki out in Tarpon Springs. He says Boca Grande, Florida. Ray Sosa is in the house. Oscar Rojas in from Melbourne. There we go. Ocala Joe, the whale, is chiming in. Giovanni Ray. Stephen Gonzalez. Stephen Harris. What type of seasoning did you use to roast Frankie Fresco? We used the Cuban roast is what we did to roast Frankie and all the other overreacting people on Tua. Frankie's a good dude, but completely way off on that one. Oh my God, was he off? But what can you do? No one is above rip jobs on this show. Gus 1388, A-Rod, Think Blue Dodgers, Ray Varnicus, Too Extreme, Cap for Life, Alexis Palenzuela, One-Eyed Jack, Jeff in Long Island. Still trying to buy the Big O shirts. The only color available is black. No, it's not. The orange and aqua there, bro. The colors are there. Jeff, I sent you a stinking tweet that showed you the options. What are you talking about, bro? Look, I can do it for you if you want. Here we go. Big O Radio Show dot my Shopify.com. Okay, so now let me bring it up here. You can pull the Perdomo deal off of that, sir, so they can see the whole thing. So let's just say you want this 305 shirt, right? Look to the right, okay? You can pick your size, okay? Small, medium, large, extra large, double extra large, triple extra large, right? And then, Jeff, right under it, it says black, gray, blue, red, yellow, orange, aqua, purple, pink, 10 colors. 10 colors. So if you want to get it in blue, you could get it in blue. Not that the Dolphin one would be good in blue. That probably would be better to go aqua or orange, which is what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But the colors are... Yes.
No, can you go back to what you just had on? I just wanted to show you something.
Okay. All right.
Go to like one of the other colors.
Okay.
It shows unavailable next to it. I don't know if that is causing anything.
Just pick it. Don't worry about it. Pick it.
Okay. That's the only thing I'm wondering is if they saw that. I just happened to see it. That's all.
Okay. All right. It's there. Pick any color. Don't worry about it. You pick a color, I'll get it done. It's there already. Okay. I don't know if maybe technically I have to do something on the inventory side per color or something. Maybe that's where I'm screwing up. Again, this is all new to me. So this is stuff that I am just absolutely, this is why it took me so long to put this stuff together, because this is not who I am, dude. This is not the stuff that I do. You know what I mean? Where am I here? Where am I? Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I literally have to put inventory on all of them. Yeah, that's what it is. So this is a lot of work for me. So I'm going to have to actually put in literally the inventory on all of them. But you can order anything you want on any color, I promise you. Even if it says unavailable, it'll happen, because I'm the one that's going to get the order and I'm going to see it. And then I'm going to ask for the print in that color. Okay. But yeah, I see what you're saying. And Sean pointed it out. But all the colors are there. Just pick whatever color you want. Even if it says unavailable, make a note. I'll try to fill in the rest myself today. It'll be done by tonight, but it's going to take me, a couple of hours just to do this, because I'm looking at it now. For every color, I have to put in a number of inventory in order for it to look good, to look like you can pick any color you want, which I did not know that. And so I'm actually doing it right now on one while we're talking. I'm through medium. And that's the problem, that I'm like, okay, it's medium. Well, actually medium in every size. And now I'm moving on to large in every size. So I still have to put all the larges 10 times, the extra larges 10 times, the triple extra larges 10 times. It's a pain in the ass. Okay. So now I see what I have to do. Again, you live and learn, man. That's how life is, unfortunately. Huh? It sucks. All right. So we will fix this. We will make sure they all have inventory. That way it looks like you can pick whatever you want. But Jeff, just pick it, bro. Pick it, and if you can put a note on it, put a note. Hey, I want it in aqua. Or send me, hey, I just put in an order for the 305. Send it to me in aqua. And that's it. You can always reach out to me, Jeff. So they're all there. It's 10 colors. Don't worry about it. I'll get it done. I told you I had it. So if I tell you I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So if I told you that the colors are there, just pick it. Just tell me, hey, send me the 305 or the Dolphin one or the Heat one or whatever in this color, and I'll send it to you in that color. Okay? I promise. All right. Today we're getting the Blind Ass Fan shirts and the 305 shirt. We're not getting everything yet today, but we're getting some of it today. So we're going to start mailing out some of it this weekend. So some of you that ordered the Blind Ass Fan and the 305, not the hats yet, although he sent me a video yesterday of the hats getting embroidered. And they look really, really cool, man. And remember, our Big O Show hats, obviously the Big O Show logo on the side, it'll say daily on YouTube at 10 a.m. And then in the back on the half moon, it's going to say BP4E and the number 4 and E, and that is for Bill Preston, honoring our guy, Bill Preston, who started this with me. And unfortunately is no longer with us, which every day I sit around going, how is it that my best friend's not around? It's like this most screwed up thing. I'm sure it's happened to some of you out there, to somebody that you can't replace. You know what I mean? Just tough, man. It is a tough adjustment being without somebody that was with you for 40 years, man. A brother of yours, basically. This is how long I continue to do this, like with you guys on, and I have not finished just one shirt. Since I started one, I want to finish it, and I haven't been able to finish it yet, and there's still a bunch. This is insanity that I have to input for each shirt. Damn, dude. The work I got to put just to post these things. It's insanity. I'm telling you. This is crazy. So, Jeff, now you got it, bro. Send it in, whatever color you guys want, and I'll get it done. I promise you. I promise. And there's the merch link, as always. Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend, putting it in right there. So Sean puts it out. You can hit the link and support the hell out of our show. Should have all the merch by next week. And so then we'll start mailing everything out for everybody else. We'll start sending out the ones that we can this weekend. If some of you just ordered the Blind Ass Fan shirt, then we'll be able to send your order out. And I'm going to send a bonus for the first few orders because obviously the people that ordered first, those are hardcore people that really are big time supporting us, and we appreciate that. So I'm going to put a little extra present in each one of the first 10 orders that came in. So I appreciate those of you out there that if you got an extra shirt, because it won't be a hat, it'll be a shirt. If you get an extra shirt, you go, hey, wait a minute, I only ordered one shirt and I got two. I only ordered two shirts and I got three, that you'll know that you were one of the first 10 and you got a gift from us for, being one of the first 10. So thank you all out there as always, man. Let's see. What do we have? A couple super chats already. Thank you. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And you can make a Bitcoin donation too, which, we love our Bitcoin donations. And you can make it there, Cash Big O Show. All right, Ricardo Cuchican. Dear Big O, great show as always. If you have to choose one, what do you think has to be the Dolphins' main change to be successful in the playoffs? From Argentina. Go Fins and Panthers. I will visit you in Argentina one day. Definitely. I got to go to Argentina. I want to go to Argentina. I want to go to a couple places in South America. I will do it next year. The biggest change, Mike McDaniel, my brother. The other one is luck. I mean, I've repeated it 1,000 times. Mike McDaniel has to drastically improve on game days, just like Mario Cristobal. They are terrible on game days. Okay? That if Mike McDaniel improves on game days, then sky's the limit for the Miami Dolphins. Okay? So the 305, let me show you now. Now, Sean, I can now do it. So if you go to, see, now this is the 305 Heat shirt, right? Yeah, this is the 305 Heat shirt, right? So you go now to colors and you hit black or orange and it's available. See? Go to red, it's available. Why? Because I just fixed the inventory for every single color on every single size. I got to do it for all of them, okay? But again, it's like if you want the 305 Inter Miami shirt, and you can get it in pink, you can get it in black, you can get it in white, you can get it in gray. So you could just, don't worry about it. Don't pay attention to the unavailable, okay? All right. If anything, just send me a note and say, hey, I bought the 305. My name is, and I want it in pink. I want it in black. I want it in blue. I want it in purple. And I'll send it to you. Okay. I'll fix all of the sizing, all of the inventory by tonight. Okay. I will definitely do that. All right. And hopefully we will have some new merch because I know John's been super busy, but he's got already a couple of ideas on stuff that he's working on. So I know eventually in the next week or two, we'll probably start adding some new merch just in case. Adam Outdoor Bushcraft. Do you think with Tua losing the weight this offseason with his jiu-jitsu training, it will help them still be aware of defenders? Yes. Look, man, his key, like anybody else, is get rid of the football. Like every quarterback in the world, make a decision and get rid of the football. Don't hang on to the football. So he can still have the strength and the toughness for his body as long as I'm sure he's going to work out. And instead of, in life, we live and learn, right? And the way they looked at it was, okay, you need to bulk up. So they added mass to protect himself. But then by adding the mass, it also limited his movement even more. And he's not necessarily an agile, fast guy or anything like that. That's not what he normally is. So, one of the things that he did with the hip and all that kind of stuff, the flexibility and throwing and all that, and he improved on all of that. Well, now he's going to work on agility and trying to be a little bit more escapable. Let's put it that way. Not agile, but escapable. And that's kind of what you want to do. You want to be able to buy yourself that extra half a second or a second in the pocket or just outside of the pocket so you can make a play, right? You want to be a little bit more elusive. And that's what he's trying to do at the same time. It's the opposite of what Lamar's trying to do, that in his case, I actually think it's not smart and smart. It's weird in his case. But in Tua's case, I understand. As long as you have the same philosophy, like every quarterback in the world, in the history of time, get rid of the ball. Make a decision and get rid of the football. You're not going to get hurt. You'll live for a long time. Can you suffer an injury? Of course. It's football. It can happen to anybody. There's a jailbreak. Nobody blocks the guy, and you have no time to react. And, you just try to protect yourself and you get hurt. That could happen to any quarterback at any time. Jesse Davis doesn't pick up the block and you end up with a broken rib. What are you going to do? That's not your fault. That's Jesse Davis's fault. But shit like that can happen to every quarterback on the planet. So for me, the fact that he's losing the weight, it tells me, again, he's adjusting to what's happening and then saying, okay, how can I be a better player now? And that's what he's doing. That's why the questioning of Tua's character, commitment, all that silliness that we talked about the last couple of days, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense whatsoever when all that guy is committed to the extreme. You know what I mean? His commitment is the highest it gets. That guy, it's all about football. It's not about his IG. It's not about his brand. It's not about, let me go do this interview or that interview. No, dude, this guy's all about football, all about family. He's perfect. He's exactly what you want in a football player for any franchise. He has the right mindset. So there's no doubt for me that losing the weight makes sense for him because it's what he needs in order to possibly be a better football player. And these are things that you do along the way that you go, we saw Dwayne Wade improve as a basketball player, Alonzo Mourning, Ronnie Cycli. I've watched guys all the time. Jordan Travis up at FSU, I watched him every year get better as a quarterback. And that's exactly what Tua's doing. And this is what he needs in order to be a better player. And so that's how you live and learn. Josh Allen, All of a sudden, Ken Dorsey had this stupid idea. He thought it was smart at the moment, but to make him a pocket passer. And so Josh is doing what his coach wants, but it's not working out for him. And then it gets him fired. And then Brady comes in and says, no, we're going to go back to playing your game, who you are. And that's kind of the idea. First, you have to figure out what kind of player you are. The coach has got to know what kind of player you are. And then along the way, you will tweak your game. Either he will tweak your game or you will tweak it yourself. One or the other. And that's kind of what happens. Josh Allen was taking steps back by not playing his game. You know what I mean? And idiots like me were saying, oh, man, he shouldn't be running, which really he shouldn't run that much. But Josh Allen has no choice. He has to run. And kudos to Brady. He figured it out. We didn't. Because, oh, no, you got to make him more of a pocket. He can't be a pocket passer. It's not who he is. He has to run. So now he readjusted because the coach noticed that the other coach was effing it up. And again, kudos to them. This is what everybody does. As if you give a shit about your game, you're Dwayne Wade, you're going to start working on your jump shot. You're Ronnie Cycli, you're going to work on your post game. That's just kind of the way it goes. That's how people get better. I'm sure you guys do it in your walk of life. Whatever your profession is, there's something when you started in it that you weren't strong in it and you had to work at it to become a little better. It's life, man. Welcome to life. That's pretty cool. I didn't know. They have now. This is new, right? That somebody sends you a super chat and you can actually reply. It's expired. I didn't know that there's an expiration time to it. So when somebody sends a super chat, I could actually thank them personally, but you only have a certain amount of time. I did not know that. I wonder if that's a new feature. That's pretty cool. All right. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Let's see. Good morning, O and Sean. I just got paid today, so I just placed my order. Armando from West Kendall. All right, Sneak Attack. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. And if you ordered let me see what you ordered. Let's see what you ordered. A couple of orders came in right now. Thank you all out there. Armando, right? You said was your name? Yes. You ordered bring the Finns old logo back. Okay. All right. I'm not getting those today. I probably get them next week. I should get the rest of the lot for next week. All right. Excellent. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you immensely. And Christopher O'Reilly just came in and he bought a Bitcoin Big O Show Bitcoin hat. Thank you. Thank you. Sean and I thank you because there's definitely a way that you're going to keep us afloat. You know what I'm saying? Visit our sponsors. And that's how you take care of us. By the way, Welton Realm, great sponsor of ours since we've got David Furones coming up, 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, folks. They say it's going to be a busy hurricane season. They're not great at predicting this stuff, but whether it is or isn't, you've got to be prepared. Get your supplies. There's no doubt, but save this number on your cell phone, 954-966-4646, because if you have personal injury or criminal defense or condo damage or homeowner property damage or bankruptcy or anything like that, what we don't want you to do is call the insurance companies. We want you to call Welton Realm first. And if you have some property damage, then they'll send their adjusters and then they'll call the insurance companies. And if you have issues with bankruptcy, call them first. They will help you. They will take care of it. Then they will approach everything else to make sure they're defending you the right way. Please call Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. Big O, I just bought the black Big O Bitcoin hat. Can't wait to get it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, One-Eyed Jack. We should have the hats in next week because he showed me a video yesterday of them being embroidered. So that is actually really, really cool. We're going to add a polo too. That's coming with the logo on it. So thank you, One-Eyed Jack. I appreciate you. What else do we have? Big O, here's my prediction. Josh Allen will throw more interceptions than TDs. What do you think? I hope so. Let's see. Cheetah was pissed. He says there's no more belief like last season. We got to win, bro. I don't know what Cheetah was pissed off about and whatever. At this point, Cap for Life, if you're listening to Tyreek for anything of substance, you're an idiot. Every Dolphin fan out there in the world, that's not a guy you take serious at all. Just, let him run his mouth. Don't take anything that he says seriously. I'm telling you, don't take anything he says seriously. All right? That's not a guy. He's just irresponsible, and he's just a guy that doesn't get it. Incredibly talented. Just hope that he can take the field every week and catch some footballs. That's about it. But nobody is following Tyreek's lead by any shot whatsoever. In that locker room, he's probably, he's appreciated for his talent, not admired for any kind of leadership or any kind of substance like that. I don't think anybody takes him seriously in that sense. They just look at him like a very talented football player. But outside of that, there's really not much left. There's not really like a leader or anything like that, So he's kind of just like a happy-go-lucky guy. And you just hope that, he doesn't do any of the stupid stuff to get himself in trouble and get your team in trouble. But listening to what he has to say, that's a waste of time. That's what I would say. So if you're quoting him and you're following anything that he says, I feel sorry for you. That's why Lamar is working on his body also. It's the same. It's a good thing, just like Tua. Yes and no. Difference is he's not a passer. So the difference is, Frankie, Lamar Jackson actually is doing what he has to do. He's losing the bulk because he wants to be faster. Todd Monken came out and said that he wants to give Derrick Henry had 280 carries last year with Tennessee. He wants to push to 300. So Todd Monken did the same thing that Brady did in Buffalo when he took over for Goofball here. He said, well, Goofball thinks that Josh Allen is a pocket passer. He's not. He's a runner that can throw every once in a while. So let's make him what he is. And guess what Lamar Jackson is? The guy that's 2-4 in the playoffs. The guy that's thrown 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. That guy, the guy that completes 57% of his passes in the playoffs. That guy, Frankie? Doesn't matter how much weight he loses, he ain't going to get better as a passer. You understand that, right, Frankie? He ain't going to get better as a passer. So lose the weight, try to be more agile, and run. Only problem is you're going to get hit a lot. See, Tua's not losing the weight to try to get hit. Tua's losing the weight so he can try to be a little bit more agile back there to buy himself some time, buy himself an extra half a second to make a throw. Lamar Jackson's losing weight to run the football. And they brought in Derrick Henry because they've got to run the football. Why? Because they are a running football team. because they're not very. Last year, they loaded up on receivers, and they gave them the receivers, and nothing happened. And they got lucky that they got to the second round only because they played the Texans. And they played a young team and a rookie quarterback and all that shit and, whatever. But the 2-4 record in the playoffs is exactly what it is. The 6 touchdowns and the 6 interceptions is exactly what it is. So what's going on with Lamar Jackson is different than Tua. It's more like Josh Allen. Both guys are not passers. Let's get back to doing what they do. Run the football. Okay? That's what's going on. All right? They're losing weight. They're doing it, but they're doing it for completely different reasons. Okay? 1 out of the 3 is actually a pure passer, and he's doing it to help the passing game. The other 2 are doing it to help their running game because that's what their offense is. They're a running offense that is complemented by the passing game. That's the difference. Huge difference, but let's make sure that we define what's actually going on. By the way, send Furones a message there, bro. He's already late. He's got the link. Sent it to his ass last night. Let's see. Yeah, you let both Tyreek and Jimmy Butler run. Both never take them serious. Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. Miles Deep is in the house. Morning, Big O and Sean. Can't wait for Panthers to kill it tonight, not tomorrow. Tonight, Miles Deep. Ocala Joe Orlando, I would ask all your followers and Dolphin fans to name a QB since Marino had left that comes close to Tua. There's none. There's none. So let me understand this correctly. Jalen Phillips can chase after Josh Allen with no problem, but the guy has to call an exterminator to pull a lizard out of his toilet. Well, first of all, he's got a lot of money. Okay? He's got an injured knee. Now you want to reach into a toilet. Bro, I got cash. I'll go get somebody to bring the iguana out and then, take it to wherever, and that's it. And that way his hands are clean, literally and figuratively, because nobody will ask him, what did you do with the iguana? Did you kill it? Are you mean this, that, whatever? So he calls an exterminator, somebody that professionally does that. They get rid of it, and he gets rid of the problem, Cap for Life, in a professional and a clean manner, and nobody will ask any questions because the exterminator is the exterminator. That's it. That if you do it, then there's all kinds of follow-ups after that. This way, nobody has to even touch that subject. What'd you do? Let it out into the wild? Oh, that's not right, Jalen. You let it out, it's going to hurt other things, and it's going to show up in other people's toilets. Did you kill it, Jalen? Oh, wow. What was it like killing it? What was, you know what I mean? So by doing that, and since he's got cash, that calling a guy over, and if it cost him $50 or $100, it ain't shit to him, Cap for Life. But at the same time, he does it PR-wise, personally, the cleanest way possible. Hire a professional, let them do it. You hire him to chase Josh Allen. You don't hire him to chase iguanas. Okay? So, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Sometimes you got to look at the whole picture. You know what I mean? And when you're in their position, my God, everything is scrutinized. One day I will have an example for you in 2025 that will shock you. But I can't say anything until 2025. But when it comes out in 2025, anyway, it's It's one of those things. Although there's something that I am foreseeing that could be so disastrous this year. Oh my God. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about it now. But it just, if it rears its ugly head, oh man, not going to be fun. Not going to be fun. Howdy, Tyreek le falta un tornillo en la cabeza. Go Panthers. Yes, I would agree with that. I have a feeling all these quarterbacks losing weight to cater to the new 18 weeks. Then no, dude, it has nothing to do with that. This is all personal. They don't give a shit about 18 weeks, bro. It has nothing to do with it. That's silliness. Good point. Hopefully Lamar also loses the weight. Lost to scramble around more. Maybe he can buy himself more time to throw the ball. Well, I mean, he could buy himself to throw the ball inaccurately. But yeah, he could do that. Big R, are you all concerned with a healthy Rodgers and the Jets? Not at all. Not at all. Look, this is the way I look at this season for Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins and everybody else. Unless they're injury riddled like they've been the last 2 years, zero excuses. Win the division. That's it. You're better than Buffalo and you're better than the Jets. Now go out and prove it, bro. The front office is giving you the talent. Now it's up to Mike McDaniel and that staff to make it happen, period. Everybody's got to make it happen. Tua, Jalen Ramsey, Tyreek, Waddle, you name it. Everybody's got to make it happen. Okay? Javon Holland, you name it. Everybody. There's more than enough talent on this team to win. It's up to the coaching staff. Okay? Just like the Canes. They've recruited. Now it's 3 years of recruiting. You've got your players. You had more talent last year than you did the year before, and you sucked. And you didn't improve. That was all on Mario. So to me, I'm not worried about the rest of the division at all. If the Dolphins play to their ability and the coach coaches to his talent, because he's not a great game day coach. He's got to become one, but he's got a great mind. That I cannot deny. I don't have a concern at all. I really don't. All right, let's get to it. Our Welt and Rheum Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rheum Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right, there we are. You in the car? Where are you going?
Yeah, man. Yeah, sorry, I've been running around running errands this morning. So.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. No, not going to Dolphins camp to sneak in there to see what's going on.
They had a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday week, so I don't think I would have seen much. We already saw so many of the starters missing Tuesday's OTA. I think I would have seen many fewer players on a random Friday during OTAs when they don't have a practice.
No, but I mean, you can sneak in there and try to, just try to get information without getting busted or arrested. I think that would be a challenge. And what you got to do is film it live. And that way you shoot while you're breaking in and sneaking around and going into Mike McDaniel's office and searching and looking at the playbook and all that kind of stuff. So, I think that would be a hell of a story for you, a hell of a video for you. I mean, it would go viral. I'm telling you. We'll go viral.
Yeah, so then it would go viral, and then the Dolphins would get wind of it and revoke my credentials. So,
well, I mean, that's just a small issue, that goes on with it. But you'll be all right. I mean, you'll be fine.
If Big O told me, then sure,
exactly.
I'll do it.
That's it. That's it. That's what will get you through in that building. Big O told me. Yeah, that'll help out. That'll help out in every building here in South Florida. Yeah, Big O said so. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now you'll get the electric chair after that. Anyway, by the way, I saw you wrote about Ezukama.
Yeah,
I saw that it showed up in the Herald and the Palm Beach Post too at the same time, which I'm happy because that's the kind of stuff that I think was really important football-wise out of some of the stuff, because a lot of the other stuff was more clickbait stuff. Oh, Tua's, is he holding out? Is he mad or whatever? Which is all silliness. If you know that guy, that's not going to happen, bro. That's just not what it's all about. It's just, just kind of crazy. So it's good to see some actual football stuff being written.
Yeah, and it was an OTA where you're missing a lot of the top guys. And then Ezukama is one of the guys that you get, and he stood out in that first OTA, but he's a guy who could vie for that number 4 receiver spot. There's going to be some competition there behind Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Odell Beckham Jr. And he has some unique qualities to himself. He's the tallest receiver among the group competing for it. And in the run game, he can contribute in that way. That, like we saw those 2 games that he did play last year, that was definitely a thing that Mike McDaniel was trying to get going with him. Because he runs with once he has the ball in his hands, he has a running back's mentality, and he's going all out to get as many yards as he can, even after contact. You saw even in those limited snaps or carries, there were some examples of that just in those alone. So if they can unlock some of those things, that would be great. And it's great to see that he really has that neck issue behind him. He said he's 100%.
Yeah, that to me was when I read that he felt 100%. To me, that's where it you start to feel good. And now you see why they didn't go after pretty much anybody of that ilk. They didn't draft a kid. They didn't bring in an undrafted kid. I mean, they focused on the slot. That's what they focused on in the draft and in post-draft when they brought in the street free agents. It's all about the slot. They didn't worry about that. Then again, how many guys are like Ezukama? You don't have a lot of those guys that you can use them as a receiver and a runner too at the same time. That's kind of an odd pairing normally to find a guy like that.
Yeah. So definitely unique qualities to him. So, and definitely a guy you could tell exactly like you said that Mike McDaniel envisioned something that he could do there with him. And that's why they didn't, or maybe why. I mean, it's telling that they didn't go for another guy with those same qualities, and that they really went all in on getting those slot guys, drafting 2 of them in the late rounds. So those guys will compete, the 2 Washington boys, and Braxton Berrios bringing him back. So, who also has his own skill set in the return game, and he'll be valued in that regard too. So he kind of has his spot there because of that as well. But yeah, I mean, something different for the receiving core with Ezukama.
I'm with you there. Well, by the way, how did the backup quarterbacks look? Over again, it's not pads or not. There's not 11 on 11s. There's no pressure or anything, so it's not a big deal. But how did the quarterbacks look?
Yeah, I think just for this one OTA, Skylar Thompson maybe had a little bit better of a day. Mike White did get intercepted. The one pass over the middle where I guess Anthony Walker was a little deeper than he expected, or he didn't feel like he could get up as high as he did. So he tried to throw a ball over him to the next level, and then Walker got up, tipped it up, and it came right back down to him for an interception. And Gavin Hardison, low-key impressive in that OTA. Now, he'll usually be going up against defenders that are lower level on the depth chart and trying to vie for a roster spot, maybe long shots to make the roster come training camp. But in those snaps, he did well working that third team. So, good to see him. Good arm on him.
Yeah, no, that'll be interesting because obviously you always want to work on projects. And to me, if you're not working on a third guy, and I know they have their 3, so in this case it's a 4th guy, but if you're not working on that on the periphery and the third or fourth guy in this case, that they're like projects, so you could try to see if you find a diamond in the rough, then I think you're doing your team a disservice. And I think you should be trying to reach for quarterbacks every year, because if you're able to find one, then you can use it as a trade chip, or God forbid your starter gets injured. Now you have somebody that you really like that you're developing that, might be able to bail you out of a situation, instead of what you normally have as a backup is somebody that you hope doesn't sink you and does enough to keep you afloat. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what a backup is. A backup is a person you're hoping just doesn't screw it up and can kind of keep things, somewhat steady, and then everybody else kind of raises their game.
Yeah, which is interesting because Mike White, in his backup opportunities that he's had with the Jets, has been the opposite of that. Either very high highs or some very low lows. Where we like a 3 touchdown, 0 interception game, or then some games where you couldn't get their offense moving at all. That was also with the Jets, of course. So let's make sure we make that.
Just a guy. That's why he's just. That's why he's just a guy. He's really Mike White is nothing special, dude. You know what I mean? It's just I get it that the whole local thing and all that, but really, Mike White is whatever, bro. Look, like I said for many years, until Tua and maybe a little Pennington. Listen to me. Don Shula's backups were better than all the quarterbacks that came after Marino.
Don Shula's backups were better than all the wow.
Yeah. Earl Morrall and Don Strock.
Undefeated season going, yeah.
Guys over everyone except Tua and Pennington. Everyone except Tua and Pennington.
So you're including Ryan Tannehill in that conversation.
Fuck yeah, bro. Ryan Tannehill ain't shit, dude. He's never been shit. He's never been jack shit, dude. Every time when the heat turns up, he goes scatterbrain. When things get flustered in the pocket, he goes scatterbrain, dude. That guy's never been the guy. I've never had any respect for Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, but Big O, some people will tell you that he led the Tennessee Titans to the AFC Championship.
And I laugh at every one of those idiots that say that. Okay? And I'll tell them right to their face. Like, you don't know shit about quarterbacking if you think he was the answer. When they were winning, they were games with him 70 and 100 yards. And the guy that just left to Baltimore, that's the guy that was carrying the real offense. I mean, come on, bro. It's just, if anybody thinks that Ryan turned the corner in Tennessee, it shows that you really don't understand quarterbacking. Really.
Yeah. I remember
but it shows you how good Shula was.
Mm-hmm.
That his backups, okay? His backups were better than most of our starters post Marino. That's screwed up, bro. Okay? That is just absolutely screwed up. All right? So, that's we got to get back.
And with Tannehill, I remember it was just like a matter of
what's that? Say it again.
Okay. No, sorry. It was going really weird. Yeah, I'm back, right? I'm back. You hear me? Well, yeah, with Tannehill, I just remember how much it was Derrick Henry carrying them, and then it was just he would have like an 8 of 12 game for I don't know 160 yards because he threw a couple of deep passes to AJ Brown, coming off of play action when the opponents had 8 in the box trying to stop Derrick Henry. So, and everyone was just going insane that Tannehill was taking the Titans to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, he's a jag, and that was never really going to be, much of a thing. What do you know about anything going on with Tua's contract negotiations? Do you know anything? Because I know that stuff is almost impossible to find.
Yeah. I mean, that stuff is going to be kept under wraps. I mean, I think sort of just what we know is that, Yeah, Tua's going to be looking for something over $50 million. That's the market value. And probably not just slightly over, like the next couple of million after that, after watching Jared Goff get his 53 average annual value. So that's just what it is today. The salary cap went up a lot this year, more than a lot of teams expected. So that doesn't just mean, okay, now teams have some more space. That also means players at premium positions, especially quarterbacks, they're going to expect to have a new market value, and certainly Tua will look into it that way, and his representation. So as far as his offseason workouts, I mean, I don't think he's trying to make a big point of missing the time that he did miss in the first two phases. I think he's doing a lot that's on his own away from the team. The work in California with John Beck, on his personal training, which has been tremendous all season. If you look at the images of him, when you do see him, then he's gotten more shredded, more ripped, more lean, slim. So I think that'll help him with some agility in the pocket, moving around, mobility, getting to move outside the pocket. Maybe he unlocks a lot of those things in his game. So I think he has been working on a lot of stuff on his own that will benefit him. And then we do know he was there for the OTA that we were there for, the media was there for.
He froze.
And then now Thursday, he was back there. So, do you have me back? What was last thing you heard me say?
Yeah, no, you've been going in and out a little bit there on the end of the Tua stuff, that he was there for the media session and then working on the individual stuff and all that other stuff. So we got most of it, but there were moments where you froze and then it started again, but it was kind of rejoining what you were saying. So it wasn't like skipping. So it wasn't that much off. I don't know, because I see sometimes people in the media write, and again, I get the clickbait stuff, but there's no hurry on Holland. There's no hurry on Waddle. None of that is going to happen for a while. I don't know what's talked about in the media room, but it's funny because I see the articles over the last couple of weeks that when Devontae Smith signed, well, what does that mean for Waddle? Well, none of this shit means anything. They're not in a hurry to sign those guys. They won't be signing those guys till sometime next year, maybe during the regular season next year or at the end of the year. Until Tua's deal's done, there's nothing going to go on, with anybody else. And even Jalen Phillips either. That won't even go on for a long time because they got to see what happens with him this entire season.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, Javon Holland, he knows where he stands in the pecking order. So when he was asked about his contract situation going into the final year of his rookie deal, then he said, he scoffed at it like, if Tua ain't getting his done right now, I'm definitely not getting mine done right now. So he understands that with Jalen Waddle, he already has that fifth-year option now exercised by the team, just like Jalen Phillips as well. So that kind of pushes that along. Like the Dolphins don't just have this season with him, but also next year already locked in. So I think, probably you go into even next offseason with that. But the price will go up, so there is a risk to that. But you definitely take care. You prioritize first the quarterback. Tua will get his first, and then that's when the organization will look at whether it's Jalen Waddle, whether it's Javon Holland. Jalen Phillips would be even after that because you have to see how he comes back from this Achilles, and maybe even Javon Holland if Anthony Weaver really views him as a priority player that he needs on the back end of this defense, then maybe even he goes first before Jalen Waddle because he really is going into the last year of his deal. He can't have that fifth-year option exercise the way the two Jalen's there do as first-round picks. He was a second-round pick back in 2021. So this is his fourth and final year on his rookie deal. So it's kind of like coming down to the wire now. This is the now or never before he becomes a free agent next year. Which, by the way, I think Anthony Weaver will work well with Javon Holland. He mentioned a little bit more of some more single high safety looks than you were getting under Vic Fangio, obviously because Fangio wasn't doing that barely ever, even though it's a lot still of the split safeties. But that could take advantage of Javon Holland's range, that range that we know he does have from back Brian Flores working with him and Josh Boyer's defense that had a lot more of those single high safety looks and bringing that other safety in the box. So, maybe his range is utilized a little bit more in this scheme while still having some balance of what was done last year.
Follow him on Twitter at David Furones _. What do you got going on over at the Sentinel, my man?
Yeah, as you saw, I was just writing about Eric Ezukama on Thursday. I really like that piece. And then I think I'm going to get around to writing about Byron Matos, the undrafted free agent. I was kind of holding that story, for a day where I could use it. So maybe over the weekend, bring that out. And then we get into next week's OTAs, where hopefully we get to see some more of the starters around.
All right, good stuff. Have a fantastic weekend, my friend. As always, we appreciate it.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you, sir. There you go, the great David Furones. And call my friends at Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. Welt and Rayom.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Looks like Bitcoin's starting to pump a little bit because it was at low 67. Now it's up to 67,817. So it's starting to pump a little bit here, nearly $1,000 in the last hour. So we'll see if it's going to start pumping there. By the way, NVIDIA hit 1,037, and they announced a 10 stock split. It hasn't happened yet. So that means that each NVIDIA will be $1,003.70 is what's going to end up happening right now. If you split it into 10, if it was 1,037. So, I mean, $103.70. I'm sorry. Again, not a financial advisor, and I'm not the biggest stock guy, but I'm big on the AI side on the crypto, and I know how much NVIDIA is pretty much the feeder system for practically most of the AI companies out there. When NVIDIA gets split to $100, that becomes a lot more affordable for, normal people like you and me. I got to tell you, seems to me like a very good investment to pick up NVIDIA when it splits. Just throwing it out there. That's all. I just want to try to make people money. That's all I try to do. Let's see. Don't remember Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Joel Townley, thank you. Sending in a little Bitcoin, my man. Very nice of you. And he put, "Let's go Rangers." Okay. All righty. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very kind. Very kind. And remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin donation. Of course, you can make a super chat donation, but remember, YouTube takes 30% of your donations, where if you send it on Cash App or Venmo, we get 100%. That's, that supports the show a little better. YouTube doesn't need to take 30%. I mean, listen, if that's the only way and you don't have Cash App or Venmo, however you can support our show, we appreciate it. Buying a shirt, visiting Toyota of Hollywood. Yes, sir. $500 military rebates for military personnel, retirees, and veterans. College rebate for college grads, $500. You can check out the website for all the details. Over 2,000 cars in inventory right now, in stock and on the way. You could get fantastic savings. By the way, they've got 2.75 financing, 4 full years, 0 down, 1841 North State Road 7. And one of the things you love about going to Toyota of Hollywood is selection. So it doesn't matter if you're looking for a Camry, doesn't matter if you're looking for a Corolla, whatever it is you're looking for, you're going to get it. If you're looking for a hybrid, I mean, it is just absolutely amazing. The selection is second to none. That's why I think they're the number 2 dealership in the country, period. That's crazy, man. So go check out my friends at Toyota of Hollywood, and we'll be broadcasting there the second Wednesday of every single month. J-Town says, wearing my Ethereum shirt today. Nice. There you go. Cousins had 30 touchdowns. That's fantastic. I don't know what that means. I agree with you, Kosa. Okay, there's another conversation. Okay. You're welcome. Oh, thank you for what you and Sean provide every day. Thank you, J-Town. I appreciate you. BlackRock has $19 billion invested in Bitcoin. Is it that much? Well, yeah, they do have hundreds of Bitcoin. So yeah, it's probably, it's probably, you're probably right. Probably have put quite a bit in there. And it's just beginning, bro. And it's just beginning. And the exchanges are running out of Bitcoin. People, I've been talking about this for a couple of years, and it was at 16,000, and people were laughing. I don't get too many of those anymore, because now when you're screwing around with 70,000 and it's hanging in there, and you're like, yeah, okay, this thing might be for real. Let me shut up already, even if you don't believe it. So we don't get too many of those idiots. But as I keep telling you that you're running out. When the supply shock happens and the price just absolutely, catapults many times over, that's when people will say, oh shit. Just hasn't happened yet, because like I say, it's, put it this way, the interesting part about Bitcoin is that all of you out there have taken it for granted, because even those of you that don't believe it or believe in it or whatever, think about this. It's an asset that went to 67,000, that went to 16, and now went up to 73. That's never heard. That's unheard of. And so the smart people, which I consider myself one of them, or BlackRock, or Michael Saylor, or people that are way smarter and richer and much more powerful than I ever will be, they're all scooping it up, right? And you think about it, they realize what I realize. The volatility, okay, like the Kyle Cockrells of the world that are there on the chat board constantly, and the Lisas and all that are Bitcoiners, and they're Bitcoin maxis like I am. They realize that the volatility is a gift. Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom, big Bitcoin guy now. He realizes the volatility is a gift, because that volatility is what you can take advantage of to make even more money. And that's what people have done over the last couple of years. They've taken advantage of the volatility, while the people that don't understand investing get afraid of the volatility. It's interesting. That's why the nature is you buy high and sell low, when it's completely the other way around. You're supposed to buy it at its worst times, when it hits the bottom, when people don't believe in it. That's when you're going to make your money. But that's not what the average person does. All right, let's do it. Hour number 2, Manny Navarro and our Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes report next.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed. They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canes Wear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
All right. How you feeling, baby? You feeling good?
Good as always. Oh, how are you doing?
Excellent. It's freaking Friday, man. I mean, you know, and the Panthers, I'm looking forward to that tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun, dude. The Panthers they're looking good, man.
Extremely impressive. Extremely impressive win the other night on the road. I mean, they pretty much dominated. So
I'm shocked they're not sending your ass to Panther games now.
Nope. No, we got hockey people, brother. We got a lot of hockey people. And in fact, we probably have the best hockey coverage of any publication. So
so you're sending your national folks to cover it. That's what they're doing.
Yes, correct.
I got it. So what happens if they win the cup? Does the Athletic all of a sudden say, hey, yeah, you guys happen to have the best hockey team.
Yeah.
And maybe they're going to be a good hockey team for the next couple of years. I think we actually need coverage now down there, you know, because you're not going to really cover all hockey teams, but you might cover the one that actually is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I don't think we had a beat reporter on the Denver Nuggets, and they just won the NBA championship last year, right? So we kind of had different people kind of move in. I mean, we've got a pretty large staff. I think we have the largest staff in the country in terms of, you know, one single website devoted to sports writing. So, but you know, hopefully that'd be good. I mean, they brought in a Panthers writer, somebody to be down here full time covering the team. But the way that we do things, man, the New York Times / Athletic now, because I got to say the New York Times, since they own us. It's just we cover what matters, right? And write the big stories and write the in-depth pieces, and whether it's day to day or, you know, once a week, twice a week, three times, whatever it is, we handle it the right way. And I think our publication is bar none the best in sports. I mean, we've got people all over the country. We got people internationally covering soccer overseas. So if you for your bang for your buck, as far as writing and interesting stories, this is the best one out there.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I was just because, you know, you figure, okay, what happens if the Panthers, because it looks like they're on the brink of.
Yeah, that I agree. I think it's them in Edmonton at this point.
Unlike the Heat,
yes,
that they try to manufacture fucking stars. Oh no, we got a star in Bam. We got a star in Tyler. No, you don't, bro. No, you don't. They're really good player. Well, not Tyler. Bam's a really damn good player. God, he is
right,
excellent, but he's not franchise material. He's not. Sorry, I'm not. So, you know, the manufacturing. You don't need a manufacturer over there, bro. There's Kachuk.
No, they got the real deal.
There's Reinhardt. You know, Tarasenko was a star, and he's still damn good. Bennett's a badass. You know, come on, dude. Verhaeghe. I remember when he won the Sixth Man of the Year. It was Carter Verhaeghe's first year that he was kicking ass and he was clutch and all that. And I had a poll question out of who do you think is more of the you know, the better player, Verhaeghe or Tyler Hero? And of course, because most people don't follow hockey,
right?
They picked Hero just because of the hype. You know what I mean? And I was making the argument. In fact, Ira even leaned to Hero, and I was like, "Come on, Ira, you know hockey. Did you watch Verhaeghe? That's a clutch." That was the year that he was
more clutch than Barkov and Huberdeau in the
Right.
playoffs. Remember that, right?
Mhm.
That's where he made his name. And I said, that dude's a badass right there. And that's what that team is loaded with, bro. That's why I ask, because if the Panthers do win it, bro, all of a sudden, and think about this. I might be setting you up for something, which I'm really sorry about this. But if you're seriously, if you're the Athletic, you could have a guy that kind of alternates between Florida and Tampa.
Right. Absolutely.
You have two of the 5-6 best hockey clubs in the entire sport in the state of Florida, separated by 245 miles.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it'd be great if they were to go out and invest in somebody and do that. Look,
Rojas, let's go, Rojas.
I would love to see that happen.
Is it still Rojas? Huh?
Well, we kind of changed our vertical, our setup. We kind of do by sport now. So Rojas used to be the guy in charge of Miami and had me and a bunch of other writers. Now he's on the opinions desk. So anybody who writes columns, that's who he's in charge of.
Okay. All right. He was always really good to me, by the way.
Oh, great dude.
No, but he was really good to me because I'm not you guys.
Right.
You know, I'm not a writer, bro. I'm
Right.
not a writer. I tried for a little bit.
Great in your own way. Oh, we love you in your own way, bro. You do a great job.
I am my own man. I'm completely different than everybody else. But you know, it's funny because people like to think that they can do somebody else's job. And like it's, you know, easy or something. And brother, it's not. It's not. And Rojas was fantastic with me. You know, he encouraged me and all that kind of stuff. And I wrote a few articles for him and all that. And he actually liked it, but but I could tell myself, I'm like, bro, I'm not Manny Navarro. I'm not going to be Ira Winderman. That's just not who I am, bro.
We all have our callings, brother.
Exactly. We all have our callings. So not that his stats were that impressive or anything earth-shattering, but tell me about Tyler Barron.
Well, I mean, look, he's another experienced edge rusher. And I think when you look at Miami's entire offseason and going out and landing guys in the transfer portal and just what the whole effort was to bring in experience, right? Mario wanted to really have an experienced roster. And when you looked at the defensive line and the amount of guys that left after last season, you needed to replace experience, right? Because you have talent. You went out and you signed 7 really good high school recruits. The problem is how many of those guys are really ready to be thrown into the fire right away. On the offensive and defensive line, it's really hard to do that. You have to have the body. You have to come in weighing over 300 pounds already, basically. And if you're not, then you need to put on the weight, and that takes some time, right? You want to put good weight on these guys and get their bodies physically ready to handle those battles. So they went out and they signed 5 defensive linemen, and that's what Tyler Barron is. He's the 5th guy that they brought in. You look at the starting experience on Miami's defensive line right now, 156 combined career starts. When you look at the rest of the ACC, there's only one other program that has more returning starting experience, and that's Louisville. Louisville's the most experienced team in terms of starts. Louisville went out and signed 30 transfers. Miami went out and signed 14. So, you have Ruben Bain back, who's obviously the ACC, badass ACC defensive player there. You got Akeem Mesidor that you hope is finally healthy. Those are the only guys who were returning starters, that have started a bunch of games in college from Miami.
This guy didn't even have more than 5 sacks, bro.
Right.
He wasn't anything. He wasn't, all SEC, or he wasn't anything like.
Well, he's a guy that all.
I didn't see a resume that I could say, oh, they stole somebody. It kind of reminds me of what the Dolphins did when they lost Wilkins. They signed like a bunch of dudes that they're hoping that a couple blue collar guys. And this is kind of what it seems like to me. Just they added like a blue collar guy because they needed some depth and rotation.
Yeah, I mean, look, 10 and a half tackles for loss last season, 6 sacks, 41 quarterback pressures, according to Pro Football Focus. Those are solid numbers. I mean, Ruben Bain had 45 QB pressures, I think 7.5 sacks for Ruben. So is he another Ruben Bain? Probably not. I think Ruben Bain has a much higher ceiling, but this guy is, I think, for what was available on the market and what he gives you, which is now you've got 7 guys on this defensive line who have double-digit career starts. That's impressive. Very few teams in the country have that. You got 7 dudes who have played a ton. You have a wave. You have a wave of guys you can rotate in and out. And as you remember back in the day when Miami was winning national championships, and you watch Georgia and Alabama and all the best teams in the country, they have waves of guys they can throw at you. And so and it buys time now for all of those younger players on this roster to develop. You don't have to throw any of those guys into the fire right away. And if you do, it's because somebody's either injured or because they're ready to do it. They've stepped up their game and they've grown as players. So that's why you go out and you get a Cohen.
All right. Anybody else on the radar?
I think there's still a chance if somebody good on the defensive backfield pops in there, whether it's a grad transfer or somebody who has a lot of experience that they like becomes available. I think there's always a possibility they could add more in the secondary. I think that's the one area still that you look at and you say there's not enough experience, but they've addressed all of their needs for the most part. They really did. Like I told you, second most experienced team in the ACC behind Louisville in terms of career starts. So to me, they're a prohibitive favorite. Like, you have to look at Miami and say they're one of the best teams in the ACC. They should win it this year. There's no excuses. You've got young talent. You've got older transfers. You've got a great quarterback in Cam Ward, a guy who people expect a lot of things from. So you don't look at this team and say, man, they've got holes. I think for the most part, if there are holes, they're very small.
Does Crystal Ball get a lot of heat if he loses to Florida to open up the season? Because if you open up against Florida State, even by losing their quarterback, they're still such a good program that you could understand them losing to Florida State. Mm-hmm. But Florida's not a good program, and you need to get better, and you've done talent-wise. It's a beatable team, in other words. It's not that you're supposed to win, but it's a beatable team. So if you don't win that game, what kind of start, what kind of heat does Crystal Ball? I'm not talking about getting fired or any of that kind of shit. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about first game out to shoot. Yeah, you fail against Florida. It's not a good tone setter.
Absolutely, because I think it sets you up to basically for everybody to just be like, this team's not for real, right? Like, there's that instant disappointment, and I think that permeates in the locker room, right? Like, everybody's expecting you to win that game going into Gainesville, knowing the Gators are coming off a 5-win season and their coach is on the hot seat. To go in there and lose that game right off the bat, I think affects your locker room some, and we've seen how that happens, right? We saw Miami a couple years ago, first game of the season, you get Alabama and you get your ass handed to you by an SEC team, and what happened? The team fell apart after that. So it's a big game in that regard, but Mario supposedly has changed the culture in the locker room, right? That's what he says. These are different players, different mentality. So if you lose that game somehow, you don't play well. It's the first game of the season. You have some mistakes. You would hope that they're strong enough to bounce back, but I think you're right. I think it's a bad precedent to start with a loss at Florida, whether it's a close game or a blowout. To go out there and lose number one to a team that most people expect you to beat would be not the ideal way for Mario to start.
All right, don't forget Caneswear, baby. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off if you go live or if you do it online. And by the way, if you order online because you don't live close, you will get free shipping if you order over $99. So visit it, caneswear.com, or visit them in person. Say hi to Brett or Jeff or John or any of the great people there at Caneswear. What do you got going on The Athletic, my friend?
Well, a lot of recruiting stuff the next week. We'll have a look at the state, who everybody is sort of targeting, who are the top available players left. Basically the visit period begins next weekend. We'll have Miami will be loaded up with visitors, Florida State, everybody. So I'll have a look ahead to that. Who are the main targets, what sort of the recruiting plan this year for each of the state schools. And then same thing for the SEC. In the ACC, Grace Rayner's handling the ACC. I'm handling the SEC. So there'll be a lot of stuff to, you want to catch up and just figure out, hey, well, how's my team doing? What's my program doing? We'll have a look at that for you next week.
All right, good stuff. And of course, follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother. Talk soon.
Thank you, sir. And don't forget, caneswear.com. Use our code BIGO10. You will get 10% off.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
All right. I just see this come across. The Rock Energy Mayhem Festival. Where the hell is this? Tickets are on sale. Oh, it's touring in different places. Not bad. It's going to be touring around the country. California, Washington, Arizona, Illinois. No Florida stop. Texas, New Jersey, Virginia, Massachusetts, Georgia, Connecticut, Pennsylvania. You can check it out for yourself. Slipknot is the headliner. Disturbed. I love Disturbed. Not a big Slipknot guy. Dragon Force, Mastodon. Love Mastodon. Under Oath, Machine Head, Walls of Jericho, Black Tide, Suicide Silence, Five Finger Death Punch. So there you go. Slayer, King of Diamond. So if you like any of those, that'll be coming your way. Rock Energy Mayhem Festival. Interesting. All right. So Antonio Brown has filed for bankruptcy. He owes $3 million to 8 different creditors. What is it about people that become rich and then they have a problem paying people for whatever they want to like Trump is notorious for not paying people, right? Sean Kingston just got his house raided yesterday. Did you see the Sean Kingston story? I mean, this is crazy. This guy and Antonio Brown is the same thing. Like these people that run into money and then all of a sudden they don't want to pay people for whatever services. The Kingston story is amazing. Kingston, during his concert at U.S. Army base in California, was arrested, taken into custody. His mother was taken into custody by Broward Sheriff's Office earlier in the day on a Florida warrant and fraud and theft charges. An Army base, by the way, he was at an Army base in the desert about 150 miles northeast of Los Angeles. The rapper was billed to perform at the base of the United States Army Family and Morale, Welfare and Recreation Programs. So anyway, he was booked into the San Bernardino jail at 5:02 p.m. His 61-year-old mom, Janice Turner, was arrested when authorities swarmed the rapper's luxurious Southwest Ranches property in Florida. She's facing charges similar to her son. The arrests were made in connection to allegations that Kingston swindled a tech company out of thousands of dollars in a deal over a television and speaker system. In February, Verver Entertainment LLC filed a lawsuit against Kingston, alleging breach of contract and fraud after the rapper reached out to the company on Instagram to purchase a 232-inch colossal TV and sound system. The equipment would have cost at least $111,000, but Kingston supposedly promised to make promotional videos about the products with his friend Justin Bieber. The company alleged the documents reviewed by the Post. Kingston, 34, and Bieber, 30, famously collaborated, yada, yada, back in 2010, whatever. At the time of the purchase, however, Kingston had no ongoing work with the pop star, nor did he have any intentions on making the promotional content, the lawsuit alleges. Kingston made these false statements to induce plaintiff into a 232-inch installing colossal TV and sound system with a small down payment. A contract was agreed upon in October, which outlined that Kingston would wire $30,000 down payment before making a second payment of $47,827 to make the social media post worth
over $38,000. At the end of the deal, Kingston would have received the new television sound system for only $77,000, almost $33,000 off the original price. But Kingston failed to meet his end of the agreement after the system was installed, including making the second payment and the promo videos. I saw the video interview of the guy. They were literally outside waiting for the cops to take control, and then they were going to go in and take all the equipment. Dude, that's like an expensive ass sound system. Holy shit. But it's like, this happens to rich people of all colors, all walks of life, all shapes, all sexes. I don't know what it is, but somehow or another, people that end up then getting money, they become stingier than ever. And then they think they're above paying for services or whatever. And then they just renege on everything. Trump is notorious for that. And Antonio Brown is notorious for that. And apparently now Sean Kingston is notorious for that. I had no idea about the Kingston stuff. Brown and Trump, well, we already knew that stuff. Those idiots don't pay for anything that they do. Like, if you don't get the money up front, you're a fool if you work for them. I mean, that's crazy. All right. By the way, Lisa's having problems with the color thing too. She wasn't listening to the show earlier. So she just sent me a message. Remember, the shirts come in 10 different colors. Send me an email at Big O Radio Show at bigoRadioShow@yahoo.com. And hey, I ordered this shirt, but I want it in this color because I have not cleared all the colors on all the shirts because I did not know that I had to add inventory for all the colors, which is just every color and every size. It's kind of crazy that the website makes me do that, but I got to do it. That's going to take me a while. I'll get it done by today. So if you want to order any shirt and then send me a note. Hey, my name is, and I ordered this shirt, but I need it in blue, red, yellow, green, purple, pink, whatever it is. And we'll send it. Okay. We will send it over for you. Let's see. I know I may come across as an asshole, but I feel why would you feel pity for Antonio Brown? No, I don't feel pity for Sean Kingston. I don't feel pity for Trump. I don't feel pity for anybody that screws people over. Why would I do that? You know what I mean? Dude, 67's a big disturbed guy. We would never badmouth Wilkins or operate in bad faith. Greer is growing on me. Oh, good for you. I'm happy for you. Let's see. Big O, did you see the new video of Scotty Scheffler? Looks like we have a lying cop. Just saying. I can't really tell completely from it, and I need the audio from it too. You know what I mean? Crypto Bro shirts coming. Not yet, but I'm working on some other stuff, but we'll work on eventually a Crypto Bro shirt. But we have the Bitcoin Big O shirts. So, but we will come up with the Crypto Bro shirts. Yes. I hope I didn't give you extra work. No, Jeff, you did me a favor, dude. You pointed out something that was incorrect in the website. And so you did me a favor. It's extra work, but it's work that I should have done initially because I didn't know. So it's my mistake that you guys can't pick the extra colors physically. Now you got to tell me. So I've got to correct it. And I'll do that when I get off the air. I'll just sit there and sit there for a couple of hours and I'll correct it all and get it done. You know what I mean? Hopefully I'll get it all done before I have to take off to 3A Graphics to go pick up the first batch of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll be able to start mailing all that stuff out now. So thank you all out there for making any kind of purchase. Okay. Okay. All right. What else do we have here? Oh, yes. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can also make a Bitcoin donation. And I say that because Ocala Joe just made a Cash App donation. Thank you, sir. Says a little cash to the sports and crypto wizard. Thank you, Ocala Joe, for supporting the show like you always do. Donations, shirts, visiting our sponsors. Appreciate that, man. Orlando, you believe next year we will be able to buy some distressed real estate with crypto? Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, you can buy real estate now with crypto. There's a few people that will accept it, very few. But it'll become by next year, Bitcoin will become more of a norm to be used. The problem is, see, here's the problem, Green Lion. You're a freak. Okay? You know, what's it called? Kyle Cockrell, freak. Lisa, freak. You know, we're weirdos. I'm with you. I'm the freak. I'm the weirdo. Because we got a lot of people like right now that are watching. They heard about Bitcoin, especially on this show, but they don't know shit about it. They don't know how it works. They don't know what it's all about. They don't understand anything. None of that. And that's our problem, that we have way too many people that are uneducated on it. And so they have to catch up to us. And then we become normal because, you know, now everybody else caught up to us. And so now we're no longer the freaks anymore. And then as they catch up to us, they understand it. They know it's better than even money. It's actually the best money in the world. Think about this for the gold heads out there. Okay. You know what gold is? Failed money. Do you use it to buy anything? No, you can't. That's why Bitcoin is better gold. You could carry it around in your phone. You can have it on your computer. You can email it to somebody, you know, forward it to somebody, email, whatever, you know, Cash App, Venmo, whatever you want. You can send it to somebody. You could go buy something. You can't do that with gold. Can't do that with gold. What do you got? A couple papers that say you have 5 ounces of gold? Okay, so where is it? Oh, I got to go to the bank and get. Okay, well, what are you going to do? You're going to give it to somebody and then they got to bite it to see if it's good? Is that how we're doing this? Gold is failed money. That's why they went to paper and coins, because they can't do it with gold anymore. Decades ago, they said, no, that's dead, bro. That was like 150 years ago, 200 years ago. We were using gold bits for exchange. We don't do that anymore. And that's because Bitcoin. And then we need people to catch up to realize that, well, this money grows, but my fiat money doesn't. You understand that, Green Lion. I understand that. We're way ahead of most people in the world. They don't get it. That's why when you see a gold head, you tell them, so what's the big deal with gold, bro? You think it's better than Bitcoin? Well, I'm going to go purchase something with Bitcoin. What are you going to do? Can you purchase something with gold? Can't do anything with gold. Why? Because it's already a failure. It's been a failure. It's always been a failure. Because it can't really be currency. Bitcoin can be store value, can be currency, can be everything. And it grows in value. You know, the idiots that brag about gold, they go crazy because it goes up $10, $20. Oh, it went up a couple percent. Big deal, bro. Bitcoin went up $2,000. Oh, Bitcoin went up $30,000. Oh, Bitcoin is up now $50,000 because it was at 16 and it's at 66. You do the math. Did gold go up $50,000? Somebody just moved $1.5 billion over the weekend for $7. You try moving $1.5 billion in gold. Oh, you can't. I'm sorry. What do you got to do? Call a Wells Fargo truck? Many trucks? Are we doing the are we doing the Italian job? We got to call multiple trucks and we got to see which is the one that's weight the most. Is that what we're doing? Hire Wells Fargo trucks, hire security guards, all that. How much you paying to move your gold? Because I can move my Bitcoin for $7. Can you move your gold for $7? Yeah, I don't think so. Put it this way. I can move $1.5 billion from Miami, Florida to Switzerland in minutes, and it'll cost me a couple dollars. If I had to move $1.5 billion in cash through multiple banks to get to Switzerland, how many days is it going to take me and how much money? Going to be a lot more than $7, and it's going to take a lot more than a couple of minutes. So Green Lion, sir, we're going to get there. But we're ahead of everybody else. So it'll grow slowly but surely. And by next year, you'll have people that will realize, holy shit, Bitcoin's at 150,000. Yeah, I'll accept Bitcoin for my home, my business, my car. Yeah, I'll do that. Because I'm selling you something that won't grow as fast as what you're giving me. And let me tell you something. You're a dumbass if you buy a car with Bitcoin. You're a dumbass if you buy anything pretty much with Bitcoin. I will give you a break in real estate because real estate can go up, a significant amount, and it's something that you really need and all that kind of stuff. So, but everything else devalues. So why would I give you an ascending commodity for a descending commodity? Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. So your answer, yes. It's just going to take a little while because Green Lion, you and I are playing chess. 90% of the world is playing checkers. They have no idea. So we just need them to catch up. But this next year will be very enlightening because it will fast track it because of the explosion. So that's a good thing. Let's see. What else do we have? My pre prediction, I got the Dolphins 10-7. Kyle Cockrell, Big O spitting facts. Yeah, that's because you know. Other people are like, oh, that guy's full of shit. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. That's all right. I was at Walk-Ons last year for the Raiders game. The wife and I had an awesome time. I won a Caneswear gift card in the ticket raffle. There you go, Sneak Attack. Good for you, dude. Oh, I'm not clear about how this works. Will staking be affected if all Bitcoin is mined? No. Staking is not affected. If you can get, if you can stake your Bitcoin, it's not a lot of places that are staking Bitcoin. Not a lot of places. I can tell you that. Although Stacks, which is the layer 2 that's built on Bitcoin, which is how they're able to build businesses on Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin grows, so will Stacks. Just in case. Again, not a financial advisor, but Stacks is a phenomenal investment. Okay. And so, what's it called? Shoot, what was it that you asked me right now? No, I lost my train of thought. Damn it. What was it that I just read?
Staking the Bitcoin.
Oh, the stake. Yes. So Stacks, you can actually stake Stacks and they pay you your interest in Bitcoin
because Stacks is part of the Bitcoin network and it's the layer 2 for Bitcoin. So they were smart with Stacks getting on board a few years back. That's where the Miami coin and all those city coins were going to be built on, because Stacks was the one. But we're way ahead of ourselves with that stuff. That's 10 years from now that we can do that kind of stuff. It was aggressive. It was meant well, but people are way behind right now that we weren't ready for a city coin yet. We just weren't. And so unfortunately that didn't work out. And those of us, by the way, for a short time that had the stake the Miami coin, we were getting paid in Bitcoin too. So it's actually pretty cool. What else do we have going on? But yeah, I don't think staking will be an issue. Now I know that the SEC's problem with the ETFs for Ethereum was all about staking. And once they took that out, they cleaned it up. Now, the good thing is that the CSTC will be the body that's going to be in charge of Bitcoin and crypto, which is what should have been. It should not have been the SEC and Gary Gensler. But that's part of the dirty shit that Biden has been pulling off. You know what I mean? So, what are you going to do? Not that I trust Biden, because even when they said that they're looking forward to working with the whole crypto thing, he started his statement by saying that he still disagrees with it. And that's where I think Biden's a complete piece of shit, for being against crypto and hurting Americans. You know what I mean? Trump's the same way too. He's just doing this now. He doesn't know shit about crypto either, but he's also, accepting it and all that because he desperately needs the money. So he's doing it. I don't think either one of these clowns are actually good for us on the crypto side, to be quite honest. The only thing is that I trust the Republicans more, because there's actual real Republicans that really know about crypto and Bitcoin, and they're positive for it. You know what I mean? The Democrats are not. But, it's kind of what we have to deal with, unfortunately. These are the monsters that we're dealing with because crypto frees us, Bitcoin frees us, and they know it. So they're, the Bidens and the Trumps of the world want to keep us down. That's why Trump goes, I still believe in the dollar. And for him to say that, that's some ignorant shit at this point when we're in a deficit that we'll never be able to get out of. It's bad, man. It's really, really bad what's going on with our country. Let's see. What else do we have? Any questions here, or just you guys going back and forth? Okay. What else do we have? By the way, I saw this story, and I don't know how this could be true. I got to call like absolute crap on this one, but if it is, boy, good for Golden State. So apparently somebody's writing that fresh off, a terrible year, Klay Thompson of the Warriors is set to hit NBA free agency. And despite being 34 and a terrible campaign, there's going to be a number of teams interested in his services. A return to Golden State seems pretty unlikely, but it's going to be all about the market for the four-time NBA champion. We've read reports of one Eastern Conference playoff team being interested in Thompson. We can now add another to the mix. All right. Philadelphia's in the market for wing help, so the Butler thing or here. And then now the Clippers are also one as a possibility, according to Jake Fisher from Yahoo Sports. And I got to tell you something. If you're stupid enough to go for Klay Thompson, who is clearly done, cooked, it's over. I saw that, and I'm laughing my ass off. My God. The rip job I would give the Heat and Pat Riley if they would go after Klay Thompson, it would be like nothing I've ever done with Pat Riley ever in my life. Nothing that I ever thought I would do with Pat Riley. And I was pretty wound tight with the whole Whiteside and Dion Waiters crap that he pulled. And then
Kyle Lowry, well, boy, was I pissed at that move, because Pat Riley forgot more basketball than I'll ever know, and I knew that Kyle Lowry at this point was a bum already. And for you to trade for him and give him that contract, it's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. And only thing dumber would be to go after Klay Thompson. Good for Golden State. You know what I mean? Because the stupid thing they did was re-sign Green, and they would be dumb to bring back Klay. You got to get off the gravy train when it's time, man. You have to. You know? Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Ho Yoon, thank you for the love, brother. Happy Memorial Day, he put in there. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you big time, as always. Let's see. And Gabriel Yanes, also on Venmo. Thank you, sir. I have some land that I get cash offers for all the time, but I only accept crypto. Nobody is willing to do so because they don't understand. Or, it's one of those things. Maybe one day somebody will bite on but they'll offer you a altcoin, not Bitcoin. Because if I'm you, I would only sell my property for Bitcoin and some Ethereum. I'll let them put a percentage in Ethereum, like 70% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, because I don't mind. I'm an Ethereum guy, and I believe in Ethereum. So for me, it's a possibility that you can end up with a little Ethereum overall. So I got no issues with that one. By the way, Bitcoin is climbing. It's up to 68,199 right now. So it is making a move up. Okay. Okay. And thank you, Lisa. I see you made a purchase. I appreciate you immensely. Thank you. There we go. Aha. Okay. She got the 305. She wants it in black. I see it. Okay, good. So it worked there. All right. Aha. Okay. All right. Frankie Fresco says, Barcelona and the Cowboys are the same disaster. Letting Javi go will hurt them. I hope Chelsea will go after Javi. Well, we'll see. I mean, there's been talk about Barcelona and money issues, right? The last couple of years, which doesn't make any sense, but, So I'm a Barcelona and Arsenal guy, and I get it. That's for sure. And thank you, Frankie, for the super chat. Rise Taylor, thank you for the super chat also. Happy Friday. I hope you and Sean have a great Memorial Day weekend. I had food poisoning, throwing up more than Josh Allen before a game, so haven't been listening the last 2 days. But normality now resumed. Merchandise is fired. Thank you, Rise. Appreciate it, and hopefully we will add more merchandise over the next week or two. So I'm looking forward to it. Is Mr. 100 still buying Bitcoin? Yes. Yeah. A lot of people think it's Jeff Bezos that's been buying all that Bitcoin. For those of you that don't know, there's a guy called Mr. 100 that every day purchases at least 100 Bitcoin. At least. Sometimes it's 400 or 500. I don't know who this guy is, but he's got more money than God, and he's going to have even more money than all the gods put together when it's all said and done. Because as Bitcoin explodes, that man is going to, kill it, brother. Kill it. Absolutely kill it. Impressive as hell, I gotta say. Really is. What else do we have going on in the world? Let's get to a little music history. Why don't we? All right. Today on May 24th in 1970, Peter Green quits Fleetwood Mac. The fame and fortune that came with the band's success and the time he invested in it led to Peter's mental decline and his decision to leave. In 1988, Van Halen's album OU812 was released. In 2010, Slipknot bassist Paul Gray was found dead in his hotel in Des Moines, Iowa, at the age of 38. He overdosed on painkillers. Oh, man. In 74, David Bowie put out his 8th studio album, Diamond Dogs. In 2007, the Arctic Monkeys won Best Album at the Ivor Novello Awards for their record, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. The event also saw Amy Winehouse win Best Contemporary Song for her hit single, Rehab. In 75, Earth, Wind & Fire had their first and only #1 song in Shining Star, topped the charts. How is Shining Star their only #1? How did That's the Way of the World not make it to #1? Like, you think about it. Earth, Wind & Fire had so many great songs. Only one #1 song for Earth, Wind & Fire? I would have never guessed that in my life. Never. Earth, Wind & Fire had their first and only #1 song, Shining Star. I would have figured September went #1. Wow. I'm wondering if this fact is wrong. Like, it's beyond me that Earth, Wind & Fire Reasons wasn't #1. Like, how? Weird. Anyway, in 2005, Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne put their Beverly Hills house featured in their hit reality TV show, The Osbournes, up for sale. That's what happened today in music history. Let's see. Big O, at the end of the day, neither side of the aisle wants us off their nipple. They want regular people like us depending on them. Amen. You get it, at least. Big O, did you check out the band? No, I have not. I will check out. I got a bunch of things to check out. I'm going to do it this weekend. I'm going to check out a bunch of things. I have all the notes, and I'm going to do it when I relax now, and I'm done for the weekend. Although I do have a couple. I do have to go to Hialeah to go pick up the merch. That's about the only other thing I have to do. But I will do it over the weekend, and then I'll give you my opinion on Sleep Token if I like them or not. Arctic Monkeys are such an underappreciated band. You know, Ray, you're 1,000% right. And you know what's funny? Those of us that know about Arctic Monkey, we love them. But then there's a ton of people that just don't know who the hell they are. You're right. You're right. It's that band that's kind of caught in the middle a little bit. I mean, not overseas. I think overseas are actually more known than here in America. September, true classic song. It's weird, right? One song only for #1 for Earth, Wind & Fire. They made enough music that they probably should have had 10 #1s. I don't get it. Oh, can you believe I want to get a few $1,000s from my bank account yesterday, and they had the balls to ask me what I was spending my money on. Told them, not your business. Exactly. Yeah, you know that they're requiring banks to ask you that. That's why they want CBDCs. And I'm glad that they shut them down. But, you know, again, I don't care about Democrats and I don't care about Republicans. But I will take shots at both when they're doing stupid things. And the Democrats wanted badly CBDCs to control you. And that's why you saw Biden's statement, even at the beginning, even though I disagree with this, we're looking for, he's full of shit. So, yes, you are exactly right. They want to keep us on the nipple. And Ocala Joe, that I'm not surprised. They don't even have all your money in the bank. I don't. By now, Joe, I don't know why you have money in the bank. Like I said, you shouldn't have a savings account. You should have a Bitcoin account. Because your savings account ain't going to grow. Your Bitcoin account will grow. It will only grow. You know what I mean? So your money in the bank is losing its value every day as the idiots continue to print. Trump printed $8 trillion and killed the value of our money. And now Biden's going to print at least $8 trillion. Because Bush Jr. printed $6 trillion. Then Obama beat him with $8 trillion. And then Trump beat him because Obama did $8 trillion in 8 years. Trump did $8 trillion in 4 years. Now I think Biden will end up in the 9 or 10 range. But I don't know. Maybe it's 7 or 8 or whatever. Who cares? It's just that's your inflation. It's all the presidents printing trillions. It's not all the stupid other shit that people talk about. So, yeah. All right, let's get to birthdays today. Priscilla Presley is 79 years old today. Bob Dylan is 83 today. Patti LaBelle is 80. Shit, you're hitting me with some names. Holy crap. Okay. Well, so we had a couple big names, and then it's gone downhill since then. Tracy McGrady's 45. Alfred Molina, movie actor, is 71. Heavy D, born in this state back in 67. We lost him back in 2011. Joey Logano, race car driver, is 34. John C. Reilly, actor, 59. And those are some of your famous birthdays today. We'll go with musicians born on this date. Let's see what else. Rich Robinson, guitars for the Black Crowes, the older brother of Chris, was born in this date in 69. Let's see. Larry Blackmon, lead singer with Cameo. Word up. Rosanna Cash. Oh, by the way, Larry Blackmon, born in this state in 56. Rosanna Cash, born in this state in 55, singer-songwriter. And, of course, the eldest daughter of country music icon Johnny Cash. Albert Bouchard. He is the drummer, guitarist, songwriter for the hard rock band Blue Oyster Cult. And he was part of Don't Fear the Reefer. I know it's not Reefer. Let's see. Born in 1947 on this date, Cynthia Plaster-Caster. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Plaster-Caster that Kiss sung about years ago. No. Cynthia Plaster-Caster is a groupie who became famous for making plaster casts of rock stars' penises and breastises. Clients included Jimi Hendrix, members from the MC5, Television, the Kinks, and various road managers. I guess she got turned down by enough artists. Let me see if a road manager wants to show me his penis. Anyway. What else do we have? That's it. Sean, do we have any wrestlers born on?
If you were born on May 24th, you will not be a pro wrestler. Not one pro wrestler has a birthday on May 24th.
Holy shit. I don't think that'll happen much to us on this show, because there's been a shitload of wrestlers over the history. You would figure they have covered every day of the year already by now. Wow. Okay. Frankie, another one. Thank you, Frankie. Pay-per-view weekend, AEW. Swerve Strickland or Christian, WWE, Becky Lynch or Liv Morgan. Bonus fight, Anarchy in the Arena, The Elite or Team AEW. Okay. Well, listen, I enjoyed covering Mark Strickland as a player. In fact, I was also shocked that Rod Strickland was labeled a jerk. When he came here to Miami, I got to say, he was a gentleman the entire time. The entire time. He was a pleasure to cover. He was a true pro while he was here. So I am going to go with Swerve Strickland over Christian. Okay? Plus, Christian just sounds too nice. So I'm just going to go with Swervin' Strickland beating Christian. Then in WWE, I can't pick a Becky. I just can't pick a Becky. So I'm going to go, Liv Tyler was a smoke show. And so Liv Morgan, I'm going to lean to Liv Morgan because maybe, is she kind of a smoke show there, Sean? Is Liv Morgan a smoke show? What would you say? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Oh, there you go. So I'm going to go with Liv Morgan just because of Liv Tyler, okay, over a Becky. Yeah. And then in the bonus fight, luckily it's in the Anarchy Arena, but the only thing that can survive Anarchy is Elite. So I'm going to go with Elite over Team AEW. Okay. I don't like root beer. I'm not a big root beer guy. Never really enjoyed root beer. Barks, Dr. Pepper, whatever it is. I don't even know if both of them. I know Dr. Pepper is root beer. Is Barks really root beer or it's something else, but it kind of tastes like medicine and root beer? I don't know. So I can't go with the root beer league. I'm going to go with Elite. So there you go. All right, Sean. Strickland or Christian, thumbs up, thumbs down. I got a thumbs up. I'm going Liv over Becky. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Oh, he's going sideways there. So he's a fence straddler. Okay. In the Anarchy Arena, Elite or AEW, I'm going Elite. Wow, you gave me a thumbs up. I thought I was going to get a thumbs down on that one. What can I tell you? All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Yes, sir. Alan Blanco. Yeah, looking to pick up the shirts today. 980 West 22nd Street in Hialeah. Listen, please, folks, reach out to our great sponsors, whether it's Acura Pembroke Pines or Toyota of Hollywood or Caneswear. I'm telling you, man, Welton Rayom, Cutter's Edge. We need you to support our sponsors, and 3A Graphics is one of those. If you need custom printing or embroidery for your company or fantasy league or school or whatever it is, please call Alan Blanco there at 3A Graphics. They know how to get it done for you. 786-618-1443 tonight. All right, Panthers taking on the Rangers, and the Panthers are favored by a goal and a half plus 230. Over and under is 5.5. Both are minus 110 on the money line. Let's see if they can make it 2-0 in this best of 7 series. 10:30 tonight. I'm sorry, Saturday. It'll be Vancouver and Inter Miami. No Messi, no Busquets, no Suarez. They are out. And Canadians are pissed, and they should be. Celtics last night defeated the Pacers 126-110. They've taken a 2-0 lead. Jaylen Brown with 40 points. Tatum and White added 23. Game 3 will be on Saturday in Indy. And the Oilers in the Western Conference Finals took a 1-0 lead on on the Dallas Stars with a 3-2 lead. So with a 3-2 win, Edmonton 1-0. That is your 3A graphics sports calendar. All right. My bank tried to ask me that question a few years ago when I started transferring my cash to an exchange. Yep, that convo ended quickly. It's like, who the fuck are you to ask me what I'm doing with my money? That's why the CBDCs, just in case there's any of you out there that are, I call you party zombies, you people that just like vote Republican or Democrat, and you don't care who it is or whatever. If you're just a party zombie, okay, I just want you to know that, and you're like, no, and you're like leaning always with Democrat on everything, which is stupid to lean on Republicans or Democrats on everything because they get a lot of shit wrong. Just so you'll know, because the Democrats want CBDCs badly. They can control everything you want to buy with a digital currency. They can turn off guns. They can turn off a specific gun. If they don't want you to buy Coca-Cola, boom, you'll never be able to buy a Coke again with your CBDC. How do you like that? So you see how tariffs and all this shit is going on, and we're going to block this and block that, and all that does is raise prices for us. Capitalism is supposed to work at all levels and all countries. So if another country's better than you at doing something and they do it cheaper and you're going to put tariffs on it, you're hurting only the people in your own country because now they've got to pay more for the same product. So you're screwing your own people. This is what they're doing now. China could easily send us over electric cars that are way cheaper than Tesla and American cars. They're driving them all over the world. But here we had a 27% tax on those cars. Now it's 100% tax. Who does that hurt? Hurts you and me. Following a party and thinking that everything your party does is right is stupid and ignorant and lazy. Okay? They can tell you can buy un pastel de guayaba. That's it. No, we have declared it that it's unhealthy. So it's over. You guys can't buy pasteles anymore of guava. So there you go. They could do that with a CBDC. Yep. Oh, this gas company is doing illegal things. We don't like what they're doing. Now you can't buy gas from them. And they're in some legal thing with the gas company, and then they just block the gas, and then that's it. And maybe they have it 5 cents, 10 cents cheaper a gallon than somebody else. But now we have to go pay the extra one because they blocked us out. So, and now you're going to banks and they don't have your money. Now you go to banks and they're asking you, what are you using your money for? Brother, I should punch you in the face for asking me that. Who the hell are you? You're not allowed to ask me that, brother. Friends of mine aren't allowed to ask me what I'm spending my money on. I'm going to tell a total stranger? Come on, man. So, yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. Cameo, another great band. Yeah, they were fantastic. That's right, Frankie. You are educating yourself. 1 trillion every 100 days. That's right, sir. Big O is the real Wrestler Damas. Damn right. Frankie says great picks. Now I'm going to lose all 3. Not a root beer guy. Well, that deserves another. Let's go Rangers. Big O's wrestling knowledge. I know. It freaks everybody out, doesn't it? That's the way of the world. The baseline, Earth, Wind, and Fire, underrated. Yeah. Earth, Wind, and Fire is just, they're fire. That's what they are. Big O for food tonight for the Panthers game, Sports Grill or Sir Pizza? Well, first of all, Sir Pizza is not going to be on my radar at all. It'll be Steve's Pizza, which I have close to me. It'll be damn it, what's the name of the one that I love on Kendall Drive and like 99th and 100? What's the name of it? I freaking love their pizza, and their bruschetta is out of effing control, dude. Why am I forgetting this pizza place, dude? Damn it. Di Papa's. Jesus Christ. I had to go to my phone to remember it. Di Papa's. Cazzola. I love Cazzola's, Frankie. I love Cazzola's. But, dude, I live in West Kendall. Cazzola's está en casa carajo. You know, when I'm in Little Havana and I'm visiting, you know, the mother-in-law, or we're going to the Grove or something, then, you know, Cazzola's is a must stop. That I'm with you there. You know what I mean? But here in West Kendall, I go Steve's Pizza on 157th and Kendall Drive, and Di Papa's, which is, I'm telling you, Frankie, if you want to really try a just delicious pizza, and you got to try the bruschetta. It's out of effing control. Okay? Don't order it for takeout. Don't order delivery for bruschetta. You can't let that sit. The bruschetta's got to be eaten right away. Okay? You can't have bruschetta sitting. It's just no good. But let me tell you, Di Papa's, oh my God, their food, their pizza is out of control. Love their pizza. Oh, the bread, the crust is the best crust on the planet. On the planet, man. Oh, so good. I'm hungry. I want it right now. So yeah, I don't mind Sports Grill or what's it called? Flanagan's. I love Flanagan's. So yeah, I could get those. But Sir Pizza will not be on my radar at all. Orlando, Dr. Pepper is more like black cherry. The Dr. Pepper with cream soda is very good. That's for you, my brother. I've tried Dr. Pepper, and it tastes like freaking medicine. It is gross. Okay? But that's just me. I know you have talked about this a lot, but for the crypto noobs, where should we buy and store crypto? I'm drowning in the rabbit hole of research online. Okay. Listen, this is what you need to do. And you should go to our podcast, and we have all kinds of crypto segments there that you can, but I'll give you the same advice I've given before. Okay. Open an account with Binance, with crypto.com, with Kraken, with Cash App. And that gives you options to buy in all of them. And then make sure you buy a Tangem wallet. Go to tangem.com. Go to the Tangem website and buy the wallet directly from them. Get the 3-card one, which I believe it's $69. It'll take a couple of weeks, but so for now, just keep whatever you buy on the exchanges. Should be fine. And I would buy Bitcoin strictly pretty much on Cash App. It's a fair price, and you can move it over. Now, you can buy crypto directly from your Tangem wallet also. Okay? So I would do that. That's what I would do. Open an account on several ones so you can have different options to buy crypto just in case you're having some trouble, because people are having trouble buying because of the banks are creating problems for people to buy, because the banks know their days are numbered. So they hate crypto. That's the thing. They fight us because they know it's bad for them, good for us. Don't kid yourselves any other way. That's exactly what's going on. They don't want us to have any kind of freedoms. They want to tie us down. So Tangem wallet, get your Tangem wallet, and then open accounts on all of those. Okay? And that way you have an option. Okay? There you go. Big O, tell the bank you're going to purchase a few kilos of cannabis and need the cash. There you go. That's it. What do you need the money for? Cocaine. Heroin. How's that, bitch? See how she reacts after that. What do you need the money for? An atomic bomb. I think Mr. 100 is the U.S. government. No. We're too stupid to do that. Bro, we're led by Biden. They're the most anti-crypto people in the world. No, definitely not. I'll go more with Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. I'll go with another country, but it's certainly not the United States. We're too stupid. Sorry. No. I can't go with that. If not a mistake, this has to be Sergio Busquets' first game off. He's been the Iron Man. I think you're right, actually. I think so. I think you're right. A must stop like Chico's. Yes, exactly. Yes. And Cazola's is great. Yeah. I'm telling you, you got to try Deep Papa's once. You got to go try it. It's really, really good, man. Chris Wilson says, do you check out the bands? No, not yet. I told you. I'll check out Sleep Token today. Tonight I'll be channel surfing on YouTube, checking out. Let's see. I have the list here. Where's the list? Motionless in White, Ray, Sleep Token, and there's one more. I know there's one more you guys gave me as homework. Stick Figure. Stick Figure is the other one. So you guys have given me a whole bunch of homework. Okay. So, yep, there you go. Deep Papa's is a gem, great chat, and slices are huge, and it's pretty inside. Yeah, it's a nice little restaurant. It's not an enormous restaurant, but it's got a couple of it's probably got like somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 tables, and it's clean inside. It's really nice, and they do just a phenomenal job. That crust is to die for, bro. Oh, it's so good. It really is just so good. Back in the day when you first started the podcast with your best friend, you actually were not against Herbert over Tua that draft year. Yeah, it was. I was never a Herbert guy in the draft. I never bought into Herbert. What are you talking about, dude? You can see me. There's tweets where I rip Herbert for like crying and everything in his senior year. I wasn't a Herbert guy. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't think you can find something that says that I was Herbert over Tua. But I mean, you've done this to me before when you thought I said, what was that recently? That something you told me that I said, and I told you I didn't because it was something else that you rephrased wrong. I forgot what it was. But I'm pretty sure that if you look it up, you'll see old tweets of mine. I was probably making fun of him crying. I'm sure I wasn't okay with Herbert. I'm like 1,000% sure that I was not okay with Herbert. I'm like almost 1,000%, dude. I'm telling you. It just, I'm pretty sure that I did not buy him at Oregon. And I don't think you'll find a tweet of me saying, oh, yeah, no, I like Herbert coming out of school. I don't think so. I don't think that was the case. You could show me the old clip. I'd like to see it, but I don't think I was much of a Herbert guy because he didn't show up in big moments there at Oregon. He ran. That was what used to piss me off more at Oregon, that he would end up running more than passing at times. It was the weirdest thing. He would show off his legs more than his arm. And I was like, wow, it was weird. Anyway. Big O, please include Econoline Crush on bands to check out. Okay. Econoline. Boy, you guys are giving me a lot of homework here. Let me write it down now. Econoline Crush. Okay. You know what I like about all of this? I don't know any of these bands. I've never heard of Econoline Crush. I've never heard of Stick Figure. I've never heard of Sleep Token. I've never heard of Motionless in White. Ray. You guys are giving me people that I've never even heard of in my life. I love it. I don't know if I like it, but I love the fact that you're giving me something new to explore. I think that's fantastic. I like that. Let's see. It's an old video about 5 years. I'm about to celebrate 4 years in June. June is our 4th year anniversary. Can't be 5. We haven't been around 5 yet. We haven't started our 5th year yet. Oh, man. Okay, so 4. Yeah, I don't think so, dude. I'm pretty sure I was never a fan of Herbert. I'm pretty sure I never bought into Herbert. I will tell you this. In those days, what scared me was Tua's injury history. That I'll tell you that I was very worried about Tua's injury history. I never worried about him playing. Okay? But I did worry about drafting him for injury purposes. That you can find. You can find that. But I kind of overcame that and because I know he can play and I know he's a passer. It's like Kyler Murray, by the way. While I didn't buy his size, and that's where I probably would have stayed away from him because I was worried whether he would stay healthy. And he proved me right on the last year with the whole knee injury thing. But the one thing I kept telling everybody, I do respect him as a passer. He's a legitimate passer. Now, he has not crossed over. He does not put up big numbers. He does not come up big in big moments. He has not done it enough. And then now he has added the injury element that I was worried about because up until last year, you couldn't catch the water bug. So if you can't catch the water bug, it's hard to injure him. But finally, they did. That's why I say the whole thing with Lamar Jackson losing weight. You know, I get it. Rocky couldn't catch the chicken early on, but eventually they all catch the chicken. And so, losing weight is great, but if you're going to be a runner, they're going to hit you either way. At one point or another, you're going to get hit. Let's see. Motionless in White will have too much screaming for you. Oh, I'm pretty sure about that. Oh, if they're screamers, you can forget about that shit. Yeah, you're right. You know me, Chad. You know that I don't listen. If you're going to give me hard stuff, you've got to be, Rob Halford, and you've got to be Bruce Dickinson. You've got, if you're going to give me hard stuff, you got to be Mastodon. You got to have a voice. I love Anthrax, but fucking Joey Belladonna can sing, dude. You know what I mean? So I don't mind going to listen to Anthrax because I've got a great singer leading the way. But oh God, I can't stand that. So if Motionless in White is that, Chad, you know me well. So you know, you've been around me, so you know. James says, I listened to everything I could, even all the Chargers podcast, and people wanted Tua over Herbert. Nobody wanted Herbert. With that being said, Herbert's a good QB, but I still would take Tua. Yeah, I don't remember that much love for Herbert like that. I remember a lot of people were kind of iffy about the guy. Yeah. Chris Wolfson says, you give us crypto advice, we give you bands to check out. I find that to be a very fair assessment. You know, a buddy of mine, he's a little twisted. You know what I mean? And he goes to me, hey, bro, I appreciate you making money for me, because he's actually up like 75% on his portfolio and all that. And he goes, but bro, you're not getting rich, but you might be making other people rich. Doesn't that bother you? And I'm like, no, why would I? I'm glad if somebody took my advice and took care of their family. That's freaking awesome, dude. I'm super happy for that. That's great. He's like, no, you should be getting a cut. I'm like, no, dude, I don't want a cut. I don't need anything. I don't care. You know, karma is your cut in life. I told him, you know, you don't want to, like, you always want to be the person that is willing to help somebody. You know what I mean? Because it's always good to infuse the world with good karma. Because that way it comes back to you one way or another. The good karma. Always. You should always look at it that way. Oh, hold the door for somebody, say hi to somebody, do a favor for somebody, help your friend out, help solve a problem, whatever it is, man. Helps give somebody advice on how they can improve their lives. If they want to take it, fine. If they don't, well, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? But the thing that I would tell you is spread good karma, because that's how we all get it back in return. You know what I mean? I'm a true believer that if you're a bad karma person, that's what you're going to end up getting. You know, that's just kind of the way it goes. That's how I carry my life, you know, and I think it's a great thing. And see, I share some information. You guys share information for me. You know how much I love music. So if it's a band that I can add to my collection and you know, my not just my collection, but my rotation, even better, man. Even better. If you like reggae, Stick Figure is great. I love reggae. Hell yeah, I love reggae. So I will like Stick Figure. Motionless in White sounds like I will not like that, apparently, if it's a screamer. That's for sure. I'm just not into the screamers, bro. Let's see. Big O, I'm kind of glad. What is it? I'll send it to you. You were okay with it either, or you did not want the Dolphins to draft someone. Oh, that's for sure. Oh, no, that I remember. I know you're wrong on Herbert. I was not okay with Herbert. I can tell you that, and I know you're wrong on that. I'm pretty good on remembering stuff. Not perfect, but I'm pretty good. The other thing, you're 1,000% right. I wanted a position player. I wanted an offensive lineman. I think it was the guy that went to Tampa, and he's played forever on the O-line. Yes, I did not think a quarterback at that moment. I was a position guy. Yes, that you got right. That you got right. That I remember. If you send me the clip, that's what you're going to get right out of that clip, Frankie. That I was what was his name, bro? The Tua draft. It was here we go. Okay. It was a 2020 draft, correct? Tristan Wirfs. That's the guy. Tristan Wirfs. That's the guy I wanted. Yes, you are correct. And if you go back and look at it, it'll be Tristan Wirfs. I think he played for a couple of years, right? You know? And then he was, pretty good, right? 16, 17, 13, 17 games. Oh, what is it? 16, 17, 13, 17 so far in his first few years. I think he's been all right, right? He's allowed a total of 0 sacks. Is it? No way. Hold on. No, there's no way. This has got to be something. Oh, no, this got to be like there's no way it can be. That could be right. What is it? Anyway, I know he's been dominant, but Tristan Wirfs, that's the guy I wanted. Yes. That you got right, Frankie. You got right. I was leaning to a lineman at that moment because of Tua's injury history, and I didn't trust Herbert. That's exactly what went on. That the Tua injury history was like, oh, man, I don't know about that. I love him as a player, but the injury history kind of scares me. And then I definitely was not a Herbert guy. And Tristan Wirfs was the guy that I wanted. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And that was the player. Big O, I'm glad I don't get much of the Dolphin news drama from local beat writers up here in Canada. I get all my Dolphins info from the best source, the Big O Show. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's very nice of you, very flattering. We try not to, we don't bog you down with bullshit, bro. That's all. The lead singer of Sleep Token's voice is unreal, especially some of their slower stuff, but they can also rock. I feel you will go in deep on this band. Okay. So you're saying he's got a voice, because Chad is saying he's a screamer. Okay. Stick figure is good. Oh, okay. All right. Chad says 10-foot ganja plant is another good reggae band. Oh, also check out Giant Panda Gorilla. Okay, wait a minute. You guys are Giant Panda Gorilla. And what else are you giving me here? 10-foot ganja plant. Jesus Christ. Ganja plant. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Eric. You guys are the best. You're the ones that are supporting us and tuning in and all that good stuff. So without you guys, we'd be absolute toast. And we appreciate it immensely. Where's Bitcoin at right now? Let's get into a little important stuff. We are at 68,108. So we are up 0.33%. And the market is up 92 points. The Dow, S&P is up 38 points. And the NASDAQ is up 0.75 point. There you go. Thank you all. Appreciate it. All right. We are out of here, folks. I think I pretty much got everything done on the show. Don't forget to visit our merch shop. I'm going to actually go pick up a bunch of merch today to start mailing it out. So pretty exciting. We thank all of you for tuning in. As always, we thank David Furones and Manny Navarro and the great Sean Stanley, who masters this entire platform. We will see you all on Monday morning. Hopefully, we'll be talking about the Panthers. By the way, is game 3 on Sunday, or do they take an extra day break? I don't even know, because they could be up 3-0 even by Monday. Let me see. Yeah, Sunday is game 3 at 3:00. So Panthers could be up 2-0, 3-0 by Monday. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Should we do a show tonight after the game? Nah, we'll do that. We'll save it for the Stanley Cup Finals. Give the voice a rest. Love you all out there, man. Appreciate you all. Stay safe out there. And we will see you on Monday. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.